I'm an overweight, unfit beginner trying to lose weight with indoor cycling, and last week my knee injury completely wrecked everything. Today is my first ride back, and honestly I don't know if my knee can handle even a few minutes on the bike. I have an injury in my knee which has, I suppose, thrown the plan completely off. This week's goal is, I suppose, just to see if my knee is actually going to be capable of doing a cycle. So here we are, and this is it. So my knee this week has been painful. Today, to be honest, is probably the first time that it hasn't felt painful, so I'm hoping that this ride will go well. The bike fit should help as well, so I'm hoping that this will all kind of come together. I do have a fear that this cycle is going to I suppose put more pressure on my knee and could potentially lead to I suppose a more intense injury, but I have to do this cycle. I have to try to do something. So, you know, this is, I suppose, the test. Look, I'm sure for any of you out there that have the same struggle as me, trying to lose weight and trying to get fit, an injury like this is very frustrating, and it's kind of disheartening. The amount of work and the amount of cycling I've done over the last 9 or 10 weeks for this knee injury to have really hurt. In the past, an injury like this would have, or even not even an injury like this, just even a break, mentally I would have told myself, you've missed it now. Your opportunity to get fit is gone, and you know you're wasting your time. What are you doing? This time it's going to be different, guys, because I'm going to stick with it. And I suppose the important thing that I've learned is it doesn't matter if you miss a cycle, it doesn't matter if you miss a week. It just matters that you just get back up and you do it again. And you know, progress is still progress, you know. Like when I first was doing these cycles, you know, this is a 5 or 6.2 kilometer cycle, and I genuinely, like, I was struggling getting to the end of it. I wasn't able to do it. Like, mentally right now I'm like, I've done this cycle, it's easy, I'll be able to do this. What I'm trying to say, guys, is if you do end up with an injury and you end up having to take a week or two off of cycling or whatever kind of fitness routine you're trying to follow, just get back into it. There's no shame, it happens. This is just life, right? My knee is actually not feeling too bad now. My cadence is very low here, right? I'm down at like 68. I'm not going to be pushing hard at this, right? I'm literally going to take this really easy. I'm not looking for time, I'm not looking for anything. I'm literally just going to do one lap of this circuit, no matter how long it takes me to do it. I can still kind of feel a bit of a twinge on the outside of my knee as I'm cycling right now. So look, I'm hoping that this is okay and that I don't end up aggravating the injury more. Okay guys, so I just want to mention that today's date is the 7th of December 2025, right? I am unfit, I am unhealthy, I'm very overweight. This YouTube channel is step by step of this transformation. This isn't the before and after. This isn't video footage that's been shot a year before and I'm magically going to rock on in 2 or 3 months time with videos of me slim and fit and, you know, abs, and that's not what this is. I'm going to show you my struggles. I'm going to show you the process. I'm going to show you how I felt, my successes, my downfalls. That's what I'm going to document in this video, or these videos. So, you know, if you are interested in following, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that it's going to be worth it for you, and if you are going through the same thing that I'm going through, hopefully we can follow along and support each other, right? Okay, my knee isn't feeling too bad, right? So I'm going to try to get my cadence up and just see how we get on. So my cadence is at 75. I'll try to get it up into the 85 mark and we see how it goes. I can definitely feel that it is still not great. Now I must say, looking down, it is a lot better that my knee is actually tracking straight forward as opposed to where it was before. So that is progress. In last week's video, I made saddle height adjustments and I also made my cleat position adjustments. I suppose the video wasn't the sexiest of videos. It's not my usual form and I wasn't really sure how to record it. So if you are ever stuck or interested in adjusting your cleat position or adjusting your saddle height, you can look back on my terrible video. It's actually not too terrible. It was just more the opening and stuff like that. The content within it will give you good detail on how to adjust your cleat position and your saddle height. But it's not cinematic gold, I can tell you that much. I do have a lot of fear with this injury, guys. I don't want to make it worse. I want to make sure I can keep on going. So look, as you can see, I'm only putting out 0.3 watts per kilo. Now, to be fair, I'm normally ever only up at around 0.6 or 0.7, but this cycle isn't about high power or anything like that. This is just to see if my knee can actually sustain a long cycle, or any form of cycle. Last time I put on gloves like this, my fingers were actually colder after I put on the gloves, so I'm not really sure what that means, but if anyone has any tips on what I should do, please put a comment down and I'll gladly take your advice. So I purposely chose this map because I know it's not that hilly. There's only like 7 meters of climbing in it. There is one section of it, maybe halfway around, just up here actually, on track A, where there is a bit of a hill, and that I think is going to be the first true sign of whether my knee is going to be able to cope. So I'm kind of nervous about getting to that little hill, but look, it has to be done. This is the part now where there's a bit of a hill. You see how the knee holds up. Yeah, I can definitely still feel it in my knee. I'm actually going to go up a gear just to test. Still feel it. Front of my knee, down along the right side of the front of my knee. Okay guys, so I'm in the second gear. I'm up at 84 cadence. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm pretty happy. It is still a bit sore, but this is going better than I thought it would. Doing 18 kilometers an hour, which is definitely faster than I thought I was going to be moving. Going up a slight hill now in second gear. I want to go into third gear. I want to go faster. I want to go harder, but bad idea, I think. So guys, if any of you are on a weight loss journey or anything, drop a comment below. Let me know how you're getting on and let me know what you're doing. It'd be great to hear. My knee is feeling good, I think, guys. It's actually feeling a lot better than I thought it was going to. It doesn't do well under proper loads. Starting there now is pretty difficult. Only 1.8 kilometers left, I think, guys. Knee is definitely starting to get a bit sore, but it's manageable, I think. Going up a bit of a hill here, look, 0.9% gradient, 1% gradient. So it's knee is holding up better than I thought. I can definitely still feel the injury, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be today. Okay guys, look, that's the end of this cycle, right? It felt good to get out and have a cycle. Look, that felt like a win, even though it was such a short cycle. My knee definitely isn't fully fixed. I definitely still have some twinge in my knee, but it does feel a lot better. Look, I suppose this entire ride was all zone 1. Very, very light pedaling. This was not about pushing power. This was not about breaking any records. This was literally about getting on the bike and getting back in the saddle. That was it. Seeing how my knee held up on a cycle. What this ride has told me, guys, is that I can definitely do some more cycles next week. Next week I'm going to have 2 short cycles, and then depending on how they go, I might go for another 60-minute cycle. So look guys, when you're overweight, having an injury like this hits you an awful lot harder, right? It has potential to completely derail your progress, and it has the potential, I suppose, to knock your confidence. So look, I lost momentum in the plan. You know, it's kind of heartbreaking when this kind of stuff happens, but I'm going to persevere and I'm going to struggle through this. And I'm going to come out the other side stronger because I did it. It's the small wins, guys, that matter most. It's getting knocks like this and getting back up on a bike that really makes the difference. It proves to yourself that you're able to keep on going even when something bad happens. So keep that in mind, right? Because I know I have that mentality where something like this happens and that's it. I give up. I just give up. I think, oh, I'm not meant to do this. But no, that's not the case. That's just life. Life is full of ups and downs, and you got to get back up when it knocks you down, you know? Look, I'm really happy with this. This short win really mattered. It really made a difference to me. Next week, guys, is going to decide everything. It's going to decide, I suppose, how I structure my entire December training plan. So come along with me next week, guys, where I'm going to do 2 shorter cycles and hopefully a 60-minute cycle. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. It all just depends on how my knee behaves, right? If my knee is sore, I won't be able to do the 60-minute cycle. But I can promise you that I'm going to try my hardest to do that 60-minute cycle, guys. So look, this was a short ride, but for me, it was a big win. Thanks a million for tuning in, guys. And look, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.